Hey, it's me again. Back with installment number 7 of this very slow-moving series. It's been well over a month since I started with the Red Bloon, and I didn't think I would continue it after 2 or 3 more episodes, but look where we are now. At this point there isn't really any turning back, it's all or nothing, but I for one just want to get it over with and skip to the end of the challenge where all the fresh action begins. 'Cause here with this white balloon challenge it's going to be pretty similar to the last 6 episodes. Not much I can really do since nobody ever dies to whites, unless you're a victim of police brutality in the US. Anyways, one thing I do to mix things up is do quote-unquote random loadouts like these. Not random per se, but definitely a weird one, and one that I can't guarantee works very well, especially when it comes to defending any big bad rushes. But you will see how that goes. I'm just going to talk about random nonsense in the meantime. I didn't get very many suggestions or good topics to start out on, so I'll just go with whatever I have and then think about my own stuff. But first of all, this by Ron Zhang. Glad to see you are liking the new format of these stream videos, because you are going to need to get used to them from now on. Much more efficient when it comes to making videos, and efficiency is what I am all about. That's the only reason us robots were built, 'cause humans are too stupid to do 1 million calculations per second. Alright, enough playing around about my identity, so I got this comment regarding space. Interesting. I don't think I've ever talked about space in videos before if I recall correctly. It's a really intriguing topic, so I think it'd be worthwhile if I talked a little bit about it right now. Or a lot. We'll see how this goes. So more specifically, this viewer asks whether I believe extraterrestrial life exists elsewhere in the universe. Yes, and I know that for a fact because I exist. Okay, jokes aside, I'm really inclined to say yes, because the universe is just so damn large that it's kind of hard to believe that no life exists anywhere else other than Earth. Like, I know there literally had to be hundreds of perfect scenarios to align and support life on Earth, such as the perfect distance from the sun and the atmospheric composition among other things. But how many planets exist on the universe? A quick Google search tells me there's 200 billion galaxies and 10 to the exponent 24 planets, so even though you need everything to align, I think it's reasonable to assume with that many planets out there, one of them is going to contain some microbes at least. With that said, if I'm going to say that, then I might as well say that yes, I do believe intelligent life exists elsewhere other than here. But chances are we're never going to be able to contact them due to electrical interference. Damn candy bars messing up everything. And distance too, I hear that kind of plays a factor. Another quick Google search also tells me that we can't even see a vast majority of the shit in the universe, so even though scientists have come up empty so far, that doesn't rule out the possibility of life. Plus, it seems like every couple of years there's this new discovery of a planet that can potentially support life, so it's only a matter of time until we hit the jackpot and do make a major breakthrough on this discovery. Now here's some more food for thought. If life does exist, then how advanced would their colonization be? Would they be something like Earth 2 billion years ago, Earth 100,000 years ago, Earth today, or even light years ahead of Earth? No pun intended. The thought of life existing elsewhere that is exponentially more technologically advanced than we are is honestly really hard to grasp. I mean, look how far mankind has come in just 30 years back. In the old days, all the young kids had to physically go to adult shops and purchase magazines with their allowance money, but today they're handed an iPad at the age of 3 and can access whatever the hell they want on the internet for free. Just think about where we'll be 30 years from today. I for one will surely be saving up some money in my bank account for the upcoming iPhone 23, as well as my dream gaming laptop with 10 petabytes of storage, just barely enough to power the new release of Bloons Tower Defense 6. But back to the main point, it's crazy to think that there may be some civilization out there that could be miles more advanced than us. And perhaps they'll be so far ahead to the point where they'll be the ones discovering us lowly souls on Earth. and coming over to visit us. Yeah, probably not going to happen anytime soon, but that would be pretty lit if it did during our lifetime. Imagine all the clickbaiting possibilities I and millions of other YouTubers can pull off. And indeed YouTube is the first thought that comes to mind. Anyways, I think the comment earlier also asked how such life would look like, and that's tough to answer, but if extraterrestrial life did land on Earth hypothetically, then they sure as hell wouldn't look anything like us, like not even close, and probably nothing like any of the other organisms we see elsewhere on the planet. It's too hard to predict such things, so I'll keep the answer to that vague, but aside from just appearance, I'm sure there will be quite a few more differences. Like language. What kind of vocabulary do they even use? Or maybe they don't even use vocabulary and communicate with sign language instead. And what would they sound like? What would their height be? What kind of food would they eat? What kind of clothing would they wear, if anything? Would they look sexy? What color would their skin be? What kind of currency would they use in their world? What would their IQ be? How do they breed? How did they have the technology to even travel millions of light years? I mean, our science states that the fastest anything can go is the speed of light, so that holds true. Then did this extraterrestrial species have to live in a capsule for millions of years, breeding through thousands of generations of their own people before arriving here? Or did they break the law of physics? The questions can go on, but I think you get the point. Now that I've talked for what seems to be hours on end, it's time for your input. Do you think life exists outside this world? If so, describe how they would be like, and if they would have their own media sharing platform where users have the opportunity to gain currency through creating digital content. Answering that last question is mandatory for leaving a comment, so make sure to do that, please, and thank you. I'd be interested in seeing what you guys think of this topic. Personally, I'm not the biggest space nerd around here, but I feel like space is one of those things you can really talk a lot about even if you aren't the brightest/most dedicated on the subject, like at least compared to other topics, cause it's a lot more open-ended, if you know what I mean. If I were to strike up a conversation with you right now about the prospects of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, then chances are the conversation is going to be wrapped up pretty quick, or it will be diverted to another topic, unless PB&J sandwiches are your thing. Or if you were to strike up a conversation with me about Bloons in 2018, I would be left speechless. But space? Yeah, there's a lot you can go about there. You get the point by now, so I'll end it off there, and I also think I'm going to cut the commentary here because I think it's better I wait for you guys to give me some things I can talk for a long time about instead of maybe bringing up a topic none of you are interested in. So go do that, but as I just said 1 minute ago, I have pretty much nothing left to say about Bloons in 2018, so that shall spell the end of this commentary. Watch and see if I will end up winning this game despite cheating with cobras. Sorry, I just had to. It's for the entertainment value, boys. Have a white day.